Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto and welcome to another episode of Bar Downloadable. The Super Bowl is just around the corner here, and the NFL and Rocket League have partnered to bring you a brand new experience to the arena. Gridiron is the new mode that will be available this week, the week of Super Bowl 55. This isn't just Rocket League in an NFL-inspired arena. The round ball is replaced by a bizarrely shaped football, and instead of propelling it forward with your rocket-powered car, touching the football attaches it to the top of your vehicle. This is such a cool concept, and it's amazing to see the NFL partner with one of the best competitive video games out there. Aside from the new game mode, Rocket League is bringing back the NFL fan pack so that players get to represent their favorite teams with some sweet decals. Leave it to Rocket League to continue to be the best game to bring sports and video games together. Patriots punter Cody Davis is already on board and is pretty sweet at maneuvering a rocket-powered car. Cody is a Platinum 3 at Rocket League, and in a show match with the founder of The Dad, he backed up his rank.
I like the play here.
This could be good.
Oh!
Joel eats the net. What? Are you kidding me?
If you have not watched or played any Rocket League in your life, let this be your sign. Try it. Watch it. Now. It's one of my absolute favorite esports to watch, and you can really tell the difference between the pros and the average Joes.
Bounces into the corner. Energy still around. Justin is there for the shot. Justin! This is Rocket League!
For the longest time, if you were only an Xbox exclusive gamer, there was one thing severely missing from your life. Sure, there's some amazing exclusives to be played, but there is a void here, and that void is the best baseball game ever made. Well, in 2021, that is no longer the case. MLB The Show 21 is going multi-platform April 20th. It'll also be cross-platform, and you can play online between Xbox and PlayStation. So tell your PlayStation buddies you're grabbing a bat and joining the party. Xbox owners always had access to RBI Baseball and MLB 2K, but the show has truly taken over the baseball video game landscape in the past several years. This year, it's none other than the young superstar shortstop for the San Diego Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. on the cover. After picking up his first Silver Slugger and finishing 4th in NL MVP voting, it's hard to argue with the selection of El Nino being the cover athlete. Seriously, if someone has anything to say negative about this, you can come speak to me, alright? You don't disrespect Fernando Tatis Jr. around this house. He just represents a whole new era of what baseball truly will be. One of the most beloved game franchises is back. EA Sports has announced that college football will be making its return. The last time EA released a college football game was in 2013 with Ncaa Football 14 when Denard Robinson was on the cover. EA Sports halted production on the series primarily due to legal disputes surrounding using the likeness of college athletes. Now that EA is back in the game, it looks like the plan is to use rosters that do not include real college athletes. Of course, this could always change, as we might be a couple of years from getting our hands on this. Even though it's been several years since the release of a new NCAA football game, people have been playing NCAA Football 14 over the years, and the demand is still high. In fact, if you want to purchase a copy, you'd still have to shell out around $300. With that being said, it's no surprise that people are so excited about this announcement. Let's just hope it lives up to the hype. Ever since we laid our eyes on The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, we've been anxiously waiting a sequel. The 2017 Game of the Year truly evolved the franchise and saw Link explore the massive world of Hyrule. We first learned of a sequel back at E3 2019, where the biggest takeaway from the trailer was that Breath of the Wild 2 was in development. It's been a year and a half, but we finally have an update on when we will be able to find out if that was or wasn't Ganondorf coming back to life. You know it was. Like, why wouldn't it be? You need Ganondorf. An Austrian online retailer has apparently leaked the release window of Breath of the Wild 2. And is expected to be available in the second quarter of 2021. Whether that's the calendar year second quarter or fiscal year second quarter, we're not sure. But based on the lack of updates, we expect it to be later in 2021. Like, there would have been more hype by now. Regardless, even the thought of having a brand new Zelda Breath of the Wild this year gives us so much to look forward to. I want to try something new here where I let you know what I've been playing and give you a little recommendation if you're so inclined. I'll give you one console and one mobile game just to pass the time. I've been spending a lot of time on my Switch playing Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This game is so much fun. It's a real-time strategy puzzle game with cute little Pikmin that you're basically in charge of, okay? You need to make sure that they're doing well for you and to help you achieve your mission, but also protect them from the monsters that come out at night. Protect the Pikmin! Highly recommend this game. It is so much freaking fun. For my mobile game review, I downloaded this thing on a whim, saw it in the Apple Arcade, which you can try for free if you haven't yet, by the way. We all have these devices that we hold in our hands every single day. I highly recommend you start gaming on them. This one's called Card of Darkness. It's an adventure game mixed in with card game where you have to travel your way through the grid by flipping cards Listen, I understand that card games sound lame. This one is not. Plus, you might recognize the art style. There is definitely a nod here to Adventure Time. We love Twitter, and this next story is exactly why. The LCS Lock-In tournament had their grand final between Cloud9 and Team Liquid. C9 made a huge move this offseason when they acquired PerkZ from Europe. Just know that sniping a player from Europe and bringing him over to NA, huge deal. Of course, during these intense finals, fans were all over PerkZ, just tweeting relentlessly at him. Or so they thought. In reality, a lot of fans were tweeting at Emily Perkins, a teacher who found herself surrounded in League of Legends fandom.
It's important to recognize those who stepped up to get C9 on the precipice of another reverse sweep. And of course, that's got to go to PerkZ on Twitter. And no, I'm not talking about the C9 PerkZ that y'all know and love. I'm talking about PerkZ, who is, by her own description, just some woman in Leicester who got pulled into the hype today.
The true cherry on top is that Cloud9 has a player with the in-game name Fudge. Just so happens to share the same name with Emily Perkins' guinea pig. Okay, she's fully immersed in this without even wanting to be. Welcome to esports, Emily. The memes obviously began to explode, but Cloud9 found themselves a new fan and potentially new mascot as well. Although this whole thing is a lesson in double checking who you're tweeting at, it turned into a lot of money raised for a charity that Emily supports. That's it for this week's episode of Bar Downloadable. Do not forget to let us know what you're playing down below, and we'll see you next time.